for years, for ages. Nasoom into his 7th over. Mahmudullah bowling just 3 overs, so a lot of spin to come. 4 overs for Mustafizur. Tashkeen has got 6 overs up his sleeves. Nicely tucked away on the onside for a single. 129 for 5, Afghanistan. Sorry, 5 overs, none for 22, 1 for 17 in 4 overs for Tashkeen. Miraj, none for 27 in 7. Mustafizur, 6 overs, 1 for 31, 2 for 25 in 7 overs for Nasoom. He has been absolutely fantastic today. 1 for 7 in 3 overs for Mahmudullah. Plenty of options up the sleeves for the captain to manage the remaining 18 overs.
This is a good change. Tashkeen Ahmed, who got Mohammad Nabi out in the first ODI, has been brought into the attack. Now he's got a very good deceptive slow ball. He can bowl quick, wicket to wicket.
I just get a feeling, I think the batters will enjoy a bit more pace on the ball rather than the spinners from both ends. BG captain. He has been an instrumental character, Miraj.
Well, off the field, he's a wonderful person as well. It's always nice talking to him. He's a very humble guy. Loves talking about cricket, share the experience, and a wonderful person, really. He's got a cricketing mind. Great person, really. All right, so the responsibility is on his shoulders. See if he can square the series. Remember, this is a 3-match ODI series between Afghanistan and Bangladesh. Last time these two teams met in Bangladesh in 2023, Afghanistan won the series 2-1.
Another dot delivery. Good start to this spell from Tashkeen. He's hitting in the right areas around the off stump. He knows the areas where he should be bowling regularly to Nabi around the off stump. A typical traditional test match line and length works for the bowler against Nabi.
Yeah, and a change in the field. A short mid wicket has been now brought in. Probably you will think that he will want to target his pads or bowl a little shorter one to Mohammad Nabi. So what is on the cards in this series? Can Bangladesh square the series? They've really been on the driving seat. It's not easy to chase in Sharjah.
Excellent delivery, just pulling the length back, getting the ball to bounce and keeping it well outside the off stump. He's bowling beautiful channel outside the off stump. Good accuracy and good pace from Tashkeen.
You know, from Afghanistan perspective, one good over can actually bring them back into this match. There's no momentum whatsoever. If you see after the wicket of Siddiqullah Atal has fallen, yes, a partnership was built between skipper and Rahmat Shah, but that was not really so fluid. Just when it was trying to get into colours, Bangladesh broke that partnership.
This combination hold the key for Afghanistan plus Nangal Kharoche to come. Played a significant innings in the first game. He's got the ability to absorb the pressure as well. This partnership will hold the key, and Nabi in particular, how he goes about the business for the next 5 overs to gradually get into the game. 123 to win from 103. It is going to be a mountainous challenge for Afghanistan to win from this situation, but it can be done. Excellent delivery, excellent over from Tashkeen. 33 gone. Afghanistan 130 for 5 in the chase.
The Manhattan for Afghanistan. Not too many tall buildings in the recent past. Those 3 wickets in 2 overs have been a big blow. Ramiz Raja alongside me. Good evening, Ramiz. Goodness me, batting looks a difficult proposition here.
Good evening, Murgus. Yes, and I think very good tactics from Bangladesh. They've introduced pace now from both ends. We know that Nabi can absolutely be merciless against spinners. He's got this great ability to hit sixes. Has not really been able to expose to spin a lot in this short stint. 11 balls for his 5. And Gulbuddin 6 from 12. They bowl a nice length also, targeting the stumps. You don't need to bowl magical balls second time around in a run chase situation on a pitch like this. All you have to do is to just do the basics well. 7.38 is the required rate, so I think now is the time to sit back and let the opposite risk-taking.
Yes, that required rate is just skyrocketing at the moment. So if you're Afghanistan here, Ramiz, somehow you've got to balance the need to press on with the awareness that you're 5 wickets down and you haven't got too much left in the tank to maybe have that final assault.
And they will need a final assault. The crescendo is building up, but I don't know whether they achieve it or fail in the process, because 5 wickets down has hit them quite badly. They can't slog, because if they get out now, if Bangladesh are able to pick up a couple of wickets, that'll be almost as good as an end. That's more like it. That's really good shot, because he picked up the length early, probably looking for some variation. Shoreful. Such a good shot. So in between, Gulbuddin and Nabi will have to take calculated risks, just like this one. It's safe. It worked perfectly. And the other best bit is to rotate the strike, not play a lot of dots.
Yes, the field for me is an indication of how difficult it is to score in front of the wicket because of that lack of pace. Mid-off and mid-on, both up in the circle. And that in itself is testing these 2 batters, because it makes it really difficult to rotate the strike.
I'd be camping more on the back foot, because expect a lot of variations, the slower balls, the cutters. So if driving is becoming difficult, so look for that back foot punch, like that 4 that he hit.
It's going to be a wide. Interesting. Shoreful going back over the wicket for that last delivery. He's mixing things up a little bit as well. He's going round the wicket, over the wicket.
I mean, bouncer still remains a very potent delivery, because you're not expecting the seam-up bouncer. A lot of variations from Bangladeshi speedsters.
It's a good effort, actually, to get the ball up this high.
Perfect bouncer for the keeper, actually.
Yes, Jack Ali has my sympathy this evening, keeping on this surface. 34 overs gone, 136 for 5. 6, I think. Yes, it is. Well, Mohamed Nabi on the pull, just as Gulbadin was in the last over. And once again, coming back to what Ramiz Raja was saying there, batters sitting on the back foot, camping on that back foot, and taking advantage of a shortness in length.
This must have stung Bangladesh quite badly, because Nabi is not such a natural playing that pull shot, but he absolutely nailed it.
Nabi maintaining his record of 6 hitting, the only Afghanistan batter to hit over 100 sixes in this form of the game. Hit 3 sixes in the previous match on Wednesday, and that was crunched. Not a long boundary there, square of the wicket.
Hit it in front of mid-wicket. What a shot that was. Will he go again? Do they have the feel for another bouncer? There's a square leg in position.
Well, I think Nabi was expecting the short ball there, and it was slightly fuller in length. He miscued badly, but he's got away with it.
Yeah, have a look at where he was. Deep in the crease, yeah, expecting the ball to be a bit shorter. Got cramped and got away with it in the end.
Shout for LBW. That looks to me as though that's going down leg side. And I think that's the reflection from all the Bangladeshis as well, after that initial excitement.
Gulbadin a bit late on the ball. That ball came back. It's not such an easy ball to play. They hit him high on the thigh, so Taskeen doing the right thing by pulling out of this appeal immediately.
Goodness me, that was hit hard. It was angled down the leg side, and Gulbadin just helped it on its way with real power. And all of a sudden now, in the last couple of overs, Afghanistan are finding some momentum.
Yes, it wasn't such a good ball there. Neither a bouncer nor a length ball, and so it was expected for him really to play that shot, because he was really ready for that length. On the pads, easy boundary. So this over turning out to be a good one. Required rate after a very long time has come down from 7 to 6.99.
Interesting to see Mehedi at mid-on. He's taking a very animated part in talking to all the bowlers. He's vice-captain. And there he is fielding the ball to end that over. 15 overs to go then. Afghanistan need 106. They're 147 for 5. Now, it might look there as though the Afghanistan worm is quite close to the Bangladeshi worm, but the issue is that Afghanistan, if they're maintaining this sort of progress, they then have to match that searing acceleration at the back end of the Bangladesh innings when they made 52 from the last 5 overs. It really was terrific stuff from Jakar Ali and Nassim Ahmed. And that contribution by that pair really has put Bangladesh ahead in this match. Nassim now to continue from the Sharjah club end.
Yes, yes, Nassim. Very good, very good.
Well, Nassim's contribution this evening has been quite exceptional, given this is his first one-day international since the World Cup last year.
He bowls a bit like Kharote. Doesn't take a long run-up, and he's wicket to wicket also. It's pretty tall.
Very good, Nassim.
Yes, Kharote, 8 overs, 3 for 28. He was actually the 7th bowler used by Afghanistan.
Pressure building on Gulbadin. Will he take a risk? He's played few dots. Goes for the sweep shot. There's an appeal. Umpire says not out.
Hassan Raza in the firing line at that far end. Bangladesh still have one review left. Two is the call. They'll come back for 2 as well. That's good running. It's not a long boundary square of the wicket. It's the end of the over. 36 overs gone. Afghanistan's 150 is up. 151 for 5. Well, Afghanistan need 102 off 84 balls. I'm just wondering what they'd like to leave themselves in the last 10 overs. I would have thought not much more than 70, really. It's going to be very, very difficult to score big, to go big in the last few overs of this innings.
Right now, I'd be asking this pair to continue for another 30, 40 runs, maybe another 40 runs to seal the deal. Because I think then they will leave themselves a very, very bright chance of going over the line. It's not going to be simple, but 102 of 84 balls with 5 wickets in hand. Just imagine 60 to get with 5 wickets in hand in the last 10.
6. Gulbadin, he used to be a bodybuilder and he's muscled that over deep mid-wicket.
That's a clean lift up. Once again, the ball on the shorter side, trying the angle, scramble seam, and it was seen off brilliantly by the right-hander. Really was hit very hard.
In looking at that first replay, Ramiz, I'm not entirely sure he got it off the middle of the bat. But it was just brute strength, really, that got it over that deep mid-wicket boundary. You can see the frustration there on Jakar Ali's face.
Got to begin your brand new spell better than this. First ball, it can't be a soft ball. Every ball will determine the fate of this contest. You've got to take upon the charge like that. Make sure that it's a Yorker. Change of angle now for Shariful. That's gone fine. Will it be stopped? That's gone for 4. So Afghanistan finding boundaries, finding rhythm, and this partnership certainly looking threatening now. 42 of just 40.
At the back end of an innings, invariably, third man will always go finer. When batters are looking to play shots, the edge can be found. This has raced down to third man, and even though Taskin was finer than the orthodox third man, full-length dive still wasn't enough to prevent that going over the rope. And that's Shoreful's reaction. He's under pressure now, a 6-0. Nothing pretty in that shot, but it still brings another 2.
His opening spell was very impressive. Can he handle himself in this spell? The ball is not hooping around, it's not really moving a great deal, so it's about variations and control and making sure that you're not hit for 4s and 6s. Required rate has come down to 6.67. Still be better off really looking for a Yorker. He's got a square leg in position. Fine fielders coming up in the ring.
So a 6th wicket goes down for Afghanistan, and that brings Rashid Khan in at number 8. One of 14 Afghanistan batters to top 1,000 one-day international runs. And his strike rate is the best among all of them. Over a run a ball. Shoreful bowling a better length this time, drawing him into that extensive cover drive, taking the ball away from his reach, and a very good sharp catch at cover by Tawheed. Just when he was looking good, he was removed from the scene by Shoreful. An eventful over, 12 runs and the wicket. Afghanistan won 63 for 6. Well, that last wicket has left Afghanistan in a very difficult situation. Karote is one of the 3 players still to come. Played a useful hand in match 1, 27 not out from 28 balls. A lot now resting on this pair. Mehedi into the attack from the Sharjah club end.
This angle should be just a little bit easier for the right-handers. Off-spinner's angle. But can they take a risk? A wicket has gone down. Partnership of only 1 run. We know that Rashid wants to get on with it. He's got a great strike rate. But does he need to strike right now? Or is it about partnership? Making sure that Nabi and Rashid get engaged in a good, meaningful effort out there. They still can win this. That's more like it. I think that's a good approach. Leave the strike back to Nabi now. Nabi, we know that he's a 6-hitting machine for Afghanistan. Tremendous strike force. really take on the long on fielder. Oh, beautifully bowled. I think it's done him in. Wonderful piece of off-spin bowling. Nabi can't believe it. It spun back and went through his defense, shattered his stumps, shattered the hope of the Afghanistan team as well. He was leading them into action, but what a great delivery to get rid of the right-hander.
Through the gate. Nabi looks back, looks at the pitch. And Mahedi into the attack. And straight away justifying that change. Nabi goes for 17. Two set batters gone in successive overs. Afghanistan won 65 for 7.
It's a wonderful piece of bowling. He slowed up the pace. That ball that got rid of Nabi was bowled at 82 kph compared to the 88s and the 92s. Any off-spinner's dream, this delivery. Cutting him in half. That's an attacking line from off stump to middle stump. Terrific blow, that.
Well, that's good work at backward point, Mahmudullah. And that's the end of the over. Afghanistan 165 for 7.
Well, big period in the game, wasn't it, the last 6? Now it's maybe yet another Rashid Khan masterclass or bust for Afghanistan. This was the most perfect piece of off-spin bowling, wasn't it, after Ali Khan? And ironically, something that Nabi has done to so many.
Drift and turn, a big turn, beaten by the turn. Excellent. I thought that was an excellent decision from Madison Mirage to bring himself on, knowing that Nabi was looking to hit a few big shots. That's one he's put that away. A shot that sits up nicely. Rashid Khan says thank you very much. Sets a boundary.
Yeah, he is the lone warrior left. Karote can play his hand, but it's all about how Rashid Khan goes. He only really plays in one way, and that's dynamically, aggressively taking the game to the opposition. He is so good to watch, with ball in hand, with bat in hand, in the field. The way he speaks, the way he represents our game, one of the true global superstars of it. And he is going to go after everything here. If he's still here in 7, 8, 9 overs time, this game will still hang in the balance. If not, Bangladesh should close it out, and we might just be set for a series decider on Monday, Atar.
Well, if you can pick up a boundary early in the over, then they need to play some sensible cricket. As a batter, they require rate is now 7.22. So they already have picked up 5 runs in the first 3 deliveries. Don't look to hit boundaries. If it's here, fine. If not, then pick up 3 singles. It'll get you the required run rate.
Khan averages in and around 20, but it's the strike rate in ODI cricket over 100. Nearly 105. He's got 5 career 50s and 83 knocks. You probably need a sixth here. If Afghanistan are going to get these 83 runs, Rashid Khan will need at least 40 plus. Very capable of doing it though. But everything Bangladesh have done thus far in the defence of this total has impressed me. Really like the way in which Miraz has led them since Shanto's gone off the field. Rotated the 6 bowlers really nicely. And just every time it looks as though Afghanistan getting a foothold, the wicket seems to fall. Good knack to have as a standing captain.
Yeah, he skippered under 19s in the 2016 World Cup hosted in Bangladesh. He was a player of the series. Remember the historic tour to Pakistan, the 2 test matches. Again, player of the series, Mehdi Hasan Miraj. He's put his hand up as a genuine all-rounder and also showing very good leadership qualities. So Bangladesh definitely would not look further ahead. If someone like Shanto not available, he would be their man to lead the side.
Good bouncer to close the over out. 39 bowled, 170 for 7. Down the track, inside out, over extra, very nearly all the way. There's a determination in Rashid Khan's eyes that says this game is not over yet.
Well, as they say, it ain't over until it's over. Lovely shot. That is a terrific hit. Down the wicket, inside out, holds his post. He knows there was no fielder in the deep. All he do is hit it over the top of the infield, and the boundary was written all over it.
Very hard to bowl to as well, isn't he? Because he hits 360 degrees. It's all around the ground. This will be the last over before the third and final power play kicks in, and then Miraz will get the extra protection of a man out. Look at how still the head is though, Attar, and then opens the face of the bat and extends it to the vacant part of the ground. Great batting.
Yeah, what Afghanistan need is Karudi to come good with the bat here. Now he's faced 7 deliveries and yet to get off the mark. He has to somehow get Rashid Khan on strike.
Yeah, just like that. That's our right on cue. Gets the single. Probably doesn't need to think about his strike rate too much though, does he? Because the way Rashid Khan plays, he'll almost get these 77 himself. Get the occasional 1 or 2. Don't even need to think about boundaries. Just preserve those wickets. Only 3 in hand. Scores incredibly similar at this stage between the 2 innings, aren't they? Just 6 runs separates them. But the problem is, Bangladesh were 4 down, Afghanistan 7.
Yeah, but Afghanistan wouldn't mind that at all to see what Rashid Khan is doing. But the point that I'm trying to make is that if Karudi gets into a good frame of mind and picks up boundaries, it just takes a bit of pressure from Rashid Khan. It'll be easier. Looking for the second, don't think it's going to be there. Tanzid Hassan throws it back to the keeper's end. Very good over, 8 in that over, 178 for 7.
A big smile from Ismaila Janshinwar. He knows he's on screen when he's signalling that third and final power play coming in. Going to be Mustafizer with the ball in hand. Into the third and final power play. Rashid Khan's going to come on to strike. Well, they're neck and neck, aren't they? Have a look at this. That's our... Almost can't separate them now. The only difference, plenty more green dots, which indicate those 7 wickets that Afghanistan have fallen.
And that makes a huge difference, I can tell you that. If Afghanistan lose 1 more wicket here at this stage, it'll be very, very difficult. As long as Rashid Khan is there, there's hope for Afghanistan.
A change of pace. It's that wrist, isn't it? It's so flexible of Mustafizer to take all the pace off. And he's completely deceived Rashid Khan. He's got a big smile on his face from what? 135 kilometers an hour, dropping down to 114.
Yeah, the skills, the ability. You know, I just heard him saying it was a full toss. Well, to us, it looked like a yorker. 114 clicks. Change of pace, working in favor of Fizz.
Good, Fizz.
If you think about the kind of final 10 overs, how important they are in an ODI to chase down a total. The highest that Afghanistan have ever chased down here at Sharjah in a successful chase, not their highest score in a second innings. That's the same total twice against Zimbabwe in consecutive years in 15 and 16. So very similar equation today. But back in 2016 when they did that chase, good piece of fielding on the rope will maybe save 3 rather than just save 1. Just 1 run to the total. They made 93 in the last 10. That game against Zimbabwe. Don't need quite as many today, but the issue is, again, you say it over and over, your assets are your wickets in hand. They've only got 3 in hand here. And look at all those chases there, usually completed with much more assets to their name.
Yeah, right at the top, 286 for 2 against Pakistan in Chennai. In the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup. Again, straight to the fielder. I was just looking at that particular shot from the left-hander. Really good piece of timing. It was just for a single. When you're looking and timing it well, or more importantly, it's about the gaps. If you find the gaps, you can find the boundaries. It's turning out to be a good over for Mustafizur Rahman. Just the 3 runs. Needs to finish off nicely here.
Yet another cutter. Incredible skills from Mustafizur Rahman. It's a marvellous over, 181 for 7. There is the equation for Afghanistan to continue this incredible 12 months that they've had, to take another series win and get it done with a game to spare. They'll need 72 more. Gone! Miraz, too cunning, too canny, too clever. Karote tempted down the crease. Jakar Ali does the rest. Bangladesh, they're 2 good balls away from squaring the series.
Yeah, again, really lovely delivery from stand-in captain Medius and Miraj. There's grip and turn. It's the pressure was building up, and Jakar Ali, who becomes number 3,000 player to play a one-day international, whips the bails off in a flash. Already goes for 4. More trouble for Afghanistan. 181 for 8.
The young mystery spinner to the crease. Mohamed Gazanfer, he can bat. We've seen him perform, particularly against Nepal in that Under-19 World Cup, with some really big hitting. That was in January. What a year it's been for him. But a little bit like the job of Kurote, it was surely not to play the big shots. Rashid Khan will be frustrated watching this.
Yeah, you can talk about being a little bit more defensive in the mindset, but when you see those that target in front of you, you just cannot force yourself to hold yourself back and not try to attempt to play a big shot. Yeah, credit to Madison Raj in his last over, forcing that false stroke.
Well, there was a dramatic reaction, wasn't there, from Rashid Khan at the non-striker's end. He was devastated. He just needs someone to stay there with him. You can understand his frustration. Rashid Khan has not even moved at the non-striker's end. It's a wicket maiden to round out. A great day with the ball from Mehdi Hassan Miraz, the stand-in captain. He gets 2 for 37, 181 for 8. Amazing the mental adjustment, isn't it, as we come into power play 3. Attar, you'll remember in that first innings, in the 41st over, Bangladesh losing 2 wickets for just 1 run. In the first 2 overs here, into the 3rd and final power play, Afghanistan have scored just 3 runs now in 13 balls and lost that key wicket. The mindset changes. Let's get one more look at this wicket. Brilliant piece of bowling. Wait for this reaction you're about to see. That is not a happy head coach right there. And Ramanullah Gurbaz says it all in the background. Do not anger Jonathan Trott.
It's all in their eyes, not a single word spoken. And you can see the stare from Jonathan Trott. You can look back at the innings from Bangladesh, the scoring 252 for 7. You've got to hand it to the skipper, who held the innings together from one end. Nazmul Hussain Shanto with that very well made 76 to hold one end together. And there were a nice little cameo down the order from Jackarelli on debut, who smashed a quick fire. 37. This is the stare. Have a look at that. What have you done?
Well, if looks could kill. And then he just says, oh no. Gurbaz in the background going, come on, young Kurote, you're only 20. You should know better than that. Don't upset the head coach. Oh, quite brilliant. Love that shot. Outstanding work from the crew finding that one. Sort of floating slip in place now. Good captaincy from Mehdi Hassan Miraz. He's very much thriving in this stand-in role.
And remember, Bangladesh were the one who were under tremendous amount of pressure, losing that first one. The international they knew that they had to something special today to ensure that stay alive in the series. It's still Afghanistan requires 70 of 45. The run rate is now touching nearly 10. It's 9.33. But the batting, especially the batting, which has been a concern for Bangladesh for a long time, it came good at the right time. This should uplift the morale of the whole team. Fans back home will feel a little bit more easier. The coaching staff, they look a lot more relaxed, knowing that they are still alive in the series. The need is still 2 more wickets to ensure that they come back for the final one, which will be a decider.
David Hemp there, the batting coach. See Phil Simmons, this would be his first win, wouldn't it? In his new role as the head coach, the test matches did not go